Alright, so in this lesson I wanted to present you our SDKs to work with the API. So let's return to our Developers Hub and let's open client libraries. So those are official API SDKs that you can take advantage of. As you can see, there are quite a few supported languages, which is great. And well, let's actually take a look at this Node client. So that is developed mostly by me. And so to get started, you will need to, well, obviously install Node.js on your PC, and then you should install the library itself. Okay, and you know what? Let's actually initialize a new Node project like this. And now we can actually install this library by saying npm install, and we can actually save it just like this. And once this is completed, you can start performing requests. So let's open our terminal, and the first thing that you have to do is you should require this module, and then you should instantiate this client, Lokalise API client, but you must provide a proper API key, obviously. Therefore, let's do it, and now this Lokalise API constant can be used to fetch your data or to modify your data as it is explained here. Of course, you can check out our testing suite to, well, find more examples of how to use this library. So you just open one of those, and then you can see how to list your projects, how to create your projects, how to fetch a specific project, etc. Or you can check out the official documentation for this interface, for this library. For instance, you can click on projects, and so you can just copy paste those examples and adjust it to your needs. For example, let's try to create maybe a new project like it is done here. So let's copy this line of code, let's paste it. Please note that you must use await, because all those methods, they return promises, so you should resolve that promise somehow. Press enter, and then just wait for a couple of moments, and then you can say project.name, and it says project name, so that's the name of the project that we've just created. You can just display this project, and as you can see, so all the information is present for you. Now we can return to Lokalise, and let's open the list of projects. Let's search for, for our project name. Well, that's not a really fancy name, but still. And here is our project. So, well, it is empty, it doesn't contain any data yet, but of course you can populate it with some data. So that's how you can get started with this SDK. Nothing complex here, as you can see. Well, of course, you can read additional information of how to perform exception handling, for example. What about the rate limiting? By the way, this rate limiting applies to all endpoints and, well, to any SDK, so you are limited to 6 requests per second, which is quite important as well. And then you can see how to implement this auth to flow, but I'm going to show you how to do that a bit later. And, well, basically you can just make yourself familiar with this Node SDK, and in the subsequent lessons we're going to see some additional examples on how to work with this client.